Good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's going to be a morning.
Oh, man, I can't wait to talk to her about a couple things today. Woo! All right. Hey, welcome, everybody. It is the Morning Brew. You're watching the Morning Brew, and it is January 12th.
That's crazy.
It is 2021, and according to the weather, no snow.
Are you bummed about that?
I am bummed about that. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. It's like, it's just cold. I don't like it just being cold. I want it to be
cold.
It's going to be cold, then let's have some snow. And so, no snow. It's just cold and meh. Yeah.
Meh.
All right.
What's meh?
I don't know. I'm best.
Best what?
Best. Where's your mug?
I thought I would bring out the friend mug.
It's good. Best friends?
Yeah.
Are we best friends?
I think so.
We are.
Yep.
The other day we were, I was just laying next to you on the couch. That I'm like, Joy,
You're being a little bit weird.
you're my best friend.
How about if we say good morning to some people?
All right, you're rushing things along.
Yeah,
good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All righty, Chuck, good morning, and Andrew and Lessinator. How's it going?
He has a way of like nicknaming
Melinda,
people.
Chris
You've done that to
Bartlett, how are you doing? Doug, good morning.
Good
Joe
morning.
in her basement.
See Joe in her basement. There
Melissa,
you go.
how's it going? And Brenda, good morning.
Somehow my
Nancy,
nickname's longer.
good morning.
You're just going on.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't have anything to say. Go ahead.
You have a lot of I have a lot of nicknames for you.
Good morning, Tanya. She has a fun little coffee cup next to hers.
Who?
Tanya. And I can't see the person above her, but she does too.
To it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you mean her
fun.
emoji?
Yeah. That's kind of fun.
Oh,
That was cute.
What's up, Lisa? John.
I really like your coach, Lisa, for the Chiefs.
Go turn the snow machine on, which I could. But I'd want to hang it above my house, and so I could just see it coming out of my window.
Fake.
You can't really cancel anything for a snow machine.
You're looking to what are you looking to cancel?
Like a 15-inch.
2020 has been canceled. We're done with cancel.
A dumping of snow. People.
Like it shuts life down.
Yeah, because I didn't quarantine long enough.
No, we're not going to doing that.
Don't we just need something to make us shelter in place? Wouldn't that be nice? 12 inches of snow.
Can you guys tell him he's crazy?
Good morning, Mark.
No, we are done with
you
that.
Don't have to. You do not have to tell me I'm crazy.
Crazy.
Hello, Brian and Sarah.
It's early out there.
So, I hinted on this yesterday.
Heard that you were going to bring out a little bit of dirty laundry.
I have a beef.
What's your beef?
So Sunday, or I get home from church, and we go visit someone for a birthday party, which is great.
I'm just going to let you hang yourself on this
one. There's no hanging here.
Yeah, there is.
Like, unfortunately, I do know the early morning crowd, and you guys aren't like, not all of you are like avid sports fans. So you may not quite get this. So you fall into her camp. No, okay, I'll tell it. All right. So ever since I was a kid, I was a Chicago Bears fan. I mean, the 85 Bears, we are the Bears, the shuffling crew, shuffling down, doing it for you.
It's really impressive
the Super
he can
Bowl,
still do the whole thing.
The Super Bowl shuffle. And so the Bears are not that good a lot of the time. And this year, to be honest, they're not.
A lot of the time.
And this year, they're not the greatest either. But they made it to the playoffs. They make it to the playoffs. I mean, I'm in Bears garb. The boys are in their Bears sweatshirts. They love the Bears too. We're watching we're getting ready to do the kickoff of the Bears game for playoff. This is like the pinnacle of finally at the end of the season. The Bears are in the playoffs. We're hunkered on the couch to watch it. They're playing the Saints. And Joy hasn't seen a Bears game she hasn't watched a football game all year.
I'm not even watching. I'm reading a book.
She's reading one of her stupid romance books. So she's reading a book. She's not watched a game all season long. She couldn't.
I was watching.
No, you weren't. And she's reading her little fantasy quit poking me. No, you told me I could tell this story. Where's that book? I'll read a page out of it live. So okay. She's reading her book, and then one of the little preview comes up, Bears against Saints, and blah blah blah. And she just reading her little book. She goes, "Oh, I hope Drew Brees wins today. Drew Brees is the quarterback of the Saints." I'm like, you're not rooting for the Bears? No, I like Drew Brees. He's a why? Good guy. He's a Christian. And my boys are Googling, there's Christians on the Bears. And I'm like, you're not rooting for the Bears? Like, your entire family is like hunkered around you on the couch, and we are like bear crazy.
He was mad.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't talk to her.
Like, legit mad.
No, and then she had the audacity to scoot over 4 feet. Not to slide away from me, to put her feet on my lap, and she goes, "Will you rub my feet?"
And he didn't.
No.
He didn't.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not rubbing your feet. You just announced that you're not rooting for the Bears, and it's the opening playoff game. And you weren't even watching, you're reading your book, and you're like, "Oh, I like Drew."
How long were you mad at me?
What do you know about Drew Brees?
Okay, so here's my thinking, which I realized
I was over it until now. I'm reliving this. I'm like, no, I'm still mad.
You weren't even over it till after the Bears game. Like, you maintained that the entire Bears game.
It ticked me off.
So I like who Drew Brees is. I like
what do you know about
he has to say. Okay, hang on. You had your say, so let me have my say. So yes, Mark, he's very salty still. So I just like the fact that, like, anytime I've seen him, he's presented himself in a very honorable way. He's respectable. He is a believer. Salty. He's somebody who, like, last year he gave it. No, hang on. Last year he, like, made these footballs, especially for every person that had ever caught a pass for him, or like helped him get to where he's at when he reached the milestone and the record.
Give
of, like,
him a Nobel Peace Award then. Don't root for him for the playoffs.
No. And this is his last season. And so it's like,
you don't know that.
No, everybody's saying that. All those announcements.
You learned that yesterday. You knew nothing about this.
Everybody's saying it's his last one. And so I'm like, what an amazing way to go out is to go out with going to the playoffs and going to the Super Bowl. I just think that that's so cool. And I have a huge amount of respect for people that can pose themselves and don't lose their crap on the field. And so, like, I just like him. And let's just face it, like, the number of times that you have thrown something at the TV because of the fact that the Bears have done something ridiculous, such as dinking the football off of the goalpost. And you guys, like, get so mad at the Bears. I can't believe you
went there.
At the Bears quarterbacks.
Cody Parkey. That was 2 years ago.
I still remember his reaction.
Les, I'm with you. Can we just say a prayer for snow? Let's just get some snow in here.
Oh, Breeze, like, see, Mark's even.
I don't care about Mark. He's a stupid Cowboys fan.
Okay, you've got to be nice. You got to be nice. Okay, so anyway, like, he was legit really mad at me. Yeah, so I said that's why I got best friends. That's why this morning I picked him out because I knew you were going there. It was like this is
you
not
chose loyalty over someone that you know nothing about over your own kids that were sitting next to you.
I know.
Is it more about loyalty
to my kids?
No, it is. It's actually as a family, we
as a family never pledged to support the Bears. I never.
You don't even watch football. You're reading your book.
I am somebody who likes a person, and I don't necessarily hold affinity for the team unless my kids are playing. Then
just say, "Hey, Drew Brees, outstanding guy, stand up fella. That's awesome." Not, "I hope the Bears lose today."
I didn't say it.
I said, "Do you want the Bears to lose?" Because you said yes.
I said, "I hope Brees wins."
So to which we said, "We hope he sprains his ankle in the first game."
That was not very nice. So Travis, tell me, how is it going with your character development?
I have Cowboys fans backing each other up.
Don't let him go on, like.
I'm not an anti-Cowboys fan. Cowboys are fine.
So if I was, like, rooting for the Packers, that would be bad too.
Oh my gosh.
That would be even worse, and I know it.
We wouldn't.
Believe it or not, one of our kids, when he was in middle school, got asked for a Packers Aaron Rodgers jersey. I thought Travis was going to lose his ever-loving mind.
He didn't. I didn't let him wear it.
It was a Christmas gift, and he wouldn't let him wear it. So, Joe, you would think that we could agree to disagree.
You are not.
But obviously,
there's
a few things in life.
Joe, you are better than that. You know we things we got to stand up and fight for. We fight for. This is one of those.
Rex, no, honoring the Bears was never in my marriage vows.
It should have been. It was honoring me. I should have played the
what card, Travis?
Submit.
Nope.
I don't know.
I have my own independent mind, and I was really glad that Bruce
I'm mad
won.
again. I just want to like be all right. We're done.
So you guys might want to all check on him when we're done, because he's got himself worked up again. All right. So what else do you want to talk about this morning? So I don't know if you really foresaw this going like this.
Just kidding. We're back.
All right.
No, I did not know it was going to go like that.
How long were you mad at me Sunday? Till after the Bears game?
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
You were over it.
It's Tuesday, and I'm still mad at you.
I think you feel like I betrayed you, and I did not.
You did. You betrayed the family.
There's no loyalty to sports like when you take a vow.
Yeah, like you don't care. That's what I don't understand. So because you don't care, why when you said
Joe, his blood pressure's up, I can assure you. I don't even need to check it. I don't
understand this. You don't care about sports or that. So why wouldn't you care about the people that you love in this room and go on your behalf because you guys care about it? I care about it.
I do when it's significant, but it wasn't significant. So I'm sticking with it. Well, here's the amazing thing about sports is you, as much as you want to cheer for whoever's playing on the screen,
we got to keep.
It doesn't matter. Like you
right.
cheering does not change anything.
Okay, we're done. All right. This summer.
Good thing I'm not a Cardinals fan.
I'm not that. I like the Cubs, but I don't really like baseball's not that big of a deal.
You're so salty. What do you got? I know. Everybody's telling you just settle down. It's okay. It's okay.
Quit rubbing my back. She's patronizing me. Don't rub my back.
Just in case you wondered if Travis had a little bit of fire in him, he does.
It tricked me off because it's a family thing. All right. Okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
let's offer something productive this morning.
Look at that picture of Joy. So this is Joy on top of a gondola ride in Colorado going over a huge gulch.
Royal Gorge.
Mm-hmm. And she was petrified that we were going to
plummet. Plummet would be the word.
Despite all of this, despite that this thing goes back and forth 1,000 times a day, you get in it and all of a sudden you think the time that you're in it is just going to.
You do realize that's why there's statistics. Like there's statistics because of the fact that.
Okay, right now the statistic at that gondola park is 0% have died.
Okay, well, there's always the risk that I will be the first. So I don't know what the issue is here. So
we're going to talk about fear. And Joy's fearful of heights and not wanting to fall. You're also fearful of sharks. There's a time that we were times we were jet skiing and she fell off the jet ski in the ocean and she about drowned me getting back. She literally grabbed a hold of me, pushed me underwater to get back up onto the jet ski. She used me as a human ladder, but when you're in the ocean and you pull down on someone, I just go down. So I went down.
I climbed up his back and over his head.
So fearfully. So we are talking about fear a little bit because one, in society today, a lot of people get afraid of some things and they kind of live in fear. Mm-hmm. And scripture will speak a little bit of this. And the difference of like a biblical healthy fear, like fear of the Lord versus afraid and fear. So part of fear is the fear of the unknown, right? So you didn't know if we had time, I would have showed you the video. I have a video of this.
It's not pretty.
And it's
not pretty.
Yeah, so
it's not pretty.
So, but the fear of the unknown, the fear of is this thing going to keep me up in the air, or the fear of the unknown. Is there a shark right below me that's going to come up and eat me?
Can't see them, so that's the
There you go.
unknown.
I can't see it, so I'm afraid of it.
Yep. I don't know what's going to happen.
And out of the unknown and the I'm not sure what's going to happen, so now I'm afraid. Mm-hmm. It's really afraid that there. I mean, it's fear, but it really is like being scared.
Yeah.
And so I think in culture today, people are afraid of the future, afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of a political climate or an outcome or what's going to take place. And because of that, people are starting to get paralyzed in fear. Mm. And in Proverbs, I'm reading my 1-year plan. Remember, that looks like this on the Bible app. It's the 1 year. Nikki Gumbel gives a devotion, and then you read the Bible in a year. And this is to the crowd of those who are not following God. Okay. And it's
out of Proverbs, right?
Out of Proverbs. Okay. And it's a shout out. And it says, I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. When trouble comes and disaster comes because they had nothing to do with the Lord. They weren't listening to the Lord. They weren't following the Lord or anything. But there's this disaster and trouble. And we get fearful of disaster and trouble. Like, oh, is this going to be, full of disaster and trouble? And so this passage gives us Proverbs chapter 1 will help us to avoid disaster and trouble and to avoid the fear of disaster and trouble and to avoid the fear of it. And it says, and then a couple verses down, verse 29, for they hated knowledge and they chose not to fear the Lord. So they didn't really want to know the surroundings around them, and they did not want to fear the Lord. Now, the definition of fear the Lord, if you fear heights, it's because you're afraid of something you can't see or something that's unknown. The fear of the Lord is actually the exact opposite. It's not being scared of God, and it's not understanding God. It's actually understanding God. So there's this utmost respect for God and this awe of God. And so natural fear is, I don't know what's going to happen, therefore I'm afraid. The fear of the Lord, when we read it in scripture, is I do know him, therefore I'm not afraid. I completely understand the awe and the most powerful part of God.
I have an analogy.
Go for it.
Okay.
I'm not surprised.
So, yeah, I know the analogy queen. So one of the things that is so important as a parent is that you help your kids understand and respect things that could harm them if they don't give decent respect and protect, or not protect, but use it in a wise way because of the fact that it can harm them. So for instance, the first time that I saw one of our boys using a chainsaw, it just about paralyzed me with fear because I'm like, oh my gosh, this could like literally amputate one of their arms or their foot. But if we as a parent teach our kids to fear a chainsaw, not fear it and don't use it, but if we help them know how to respect the power and the damage that it can do, they will use it appropriately, and they'll use the safeguards and they'll use safety measures, and they will use it with the appropriate amount of caution so that it doesn't do damage to themselves. And so I would say the bigger thing is the fact is like when you teach your kids how to fear something so that they have a respect for the power that it has, that is respect and awe, which you could say, I fear a chainsaw because I know the power it has, but you don't fear it so that you don't use it. You just have that respect for it so that I would say the same thing with driving a car. Like, I mean, if you don't like have the appropriate amount of understanding of what could happen, then you won't be cautious. And so like the same thing is with the fear of the Lord, that we need to have the respect and the awe. And like, I think awe really is kind of like, a better word for me, respect and awe of who God is, so that we have the utmost awareness of who we're in relationship with, so that we will treat it with the right amount of respect, that we will treat it with the right amount of I don't even know what else I'm trying to say, but we will hold that relationship in perspective of that. So that's different than my fear of a gondola, which is like unfounded and unrealistic and just simply a fear of just the future, because it's not like that gondola has shown me that like it has this amazing potential power. And the same thing with the shark. So, yeah.
And then the last verse of this is verse 33. But all who listen to me, so this is the voice of wisdom speaking. This is in Proverbs, wisdom. Those who listen to wisdom will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm.
That's good.
And so the answer is, are we listening to God and knowing him so we can fully understand the potential and the power of God? Why? So we can live in peace, so we are untroubled by fear of harm. And so the key is listening and seeking God and understanding him and having that fear of the Lord. And so read Proverbs chapter 1 today. It's a great chapter. And I encourage you to find a reading plan in your Bible so you can be in a routine and a very healthy habit.
I'm moving on. I've got it. My Gideon one is done.
Oh, yeah, because yours is 7 days. So, all right, everybody, have a great day. Be sure, if you can, share the brew today when you get off. Just click share.
You want to toast?
Oh,
best
toast. So I'm just best.
Best friends, even though I didn't cheer on your Bears.
I'm over that.
You don't sound like you're over it. Have a good morning.
Still a tinge of me that's upset. But
yeah,
I understand.
Yeah.
You don't really love us that much.
Have a good morning.
Happy Tuesday.